Good morning, Salon. For this week, we come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, on Friday, September 27, 2024. And we'll bring the program to you this Friday morning. My name is Usman Kamara.
And Musa Kamara, na my name. Good morning. It's a edition of the program Good Morning Saloon. The administrative assistants, na the Saloon Library Board, Don Stanet, Board Kinsey, Library Board, they get challenge for. Then they get challenged with couple for running different library them across the country. The local unit commander na the Waterloo Police Division Chief Superintendent of Police Joe Commander Bonge say then they work with community people and now the Waterloo community for fight against crime them will be done the plenty na this place. And today inside the program Radio Democracy, they look at the technical reports where Salon Institute of Engineers and partners then put together for SECA the reason we been lead to the building collapse where upon this BNTM na the east of Freetown na the Shell community.
With this and plenty other stories and for inside the program this morning, members will listen be live on www.radiodemocracy.sl and members in Ali Rock Metal Group, the sponsor Radio Democracy, for bringing the program Good Morning Salon come to you. And this program is powered by Afisel. You listen be live from Radio Partner them, Radio Shalom, 89.5 na Koina Dugu and Falabadi Street. Same also on Radio Maleng, 88.5, Radio 1J 101.3 na Pujon District. Radio Colente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Mwa 105.5 na Kailaun, Vopad Radio na Waterloo, Voice of Sandona Konodi Street, Voice of Karine na Kamakuyo 98.0, Voice of Masoro na Pujon District, Jange Radio 99.3 FM na Lower Bond District, and Advocacy Radio na Putloko District. The program na Good Morning Salon where they come to you live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. If you want to be part of the program, you can send in your message on the number 077 981 981.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue with the start for look at issues we will say some people now the Ogo Farm community now the Freetown Peninsula don't raise concern say one Michael Kalanke we look at the Ministry of Agriculture don't bond their host them, threaten their life for sake of one land, we then get issue with. Then people are talk this is our interview with democracy, we then they make this allegation for sake of the land plaba, we then get with this person. Well, for more on this, we join Cherno Jalo.
This BNTM, 3 man and 1 woman will come out na Ogu farm around the peninsula, being come na the democracy with complaints their life, they are at risk. And when they explain, them say, then take one Michael Kalenke where they work at the Ministry of Agriculture for be part of the organization. After we, they don't already get these 7 acres of land. And upon the man in come one of the organization, they been decide for make him president and hand over the sum of 48 million leones to him for go process document for make the land. But later they be realize say this man put a name that the document them where they not been grief for. And for them this action we don't take, don't put their life back to zero.
I not come out to pin them thief, they phone them, money, clear those, zero.
In my case, if you can see as nothing of the association president by them, me now, that me now the secretary general, and they all believe it in to go do that to me.
But after some time, it been convinced them on why he do this, and they been agree. This now be the situation until our family come and claim the land and take them to court, but later courts be rule say now them and the Mr. Michael Kalenke get the land, and according to them, just after this ruling, they be wake one morning and see some young man them with the instruction of Mr. Michael Kalenke for bond their house, and where they ask Mr. Michael Kalenke tell them say, now get this land now, this action, not happy no more according to them people here. As them say, this man be same so go before for ask young man them for beat and kill anyone pan them where them go see na this community.
Right now at the person, they see I not go up there. They see me up there, them will damage me life. The other bubble stuff, they will run after and walk out with it. You see the pot all 9 months. What's your way so now give them give me. Now give them give me.
Well, never get the same serious situation. You know, say if they see me around right now, they see they don't pass, they won't man everybody, or maybe they won't blame me, or maybe they kill me. Well, they all, they don't scatter, they don't go another side, they will move from the side a bit.
With all this, then people also still believe say, them na the right owner them to this land, we make the call on government for come and give justice to this issue.
Well, me the big as old man, me because I make under from my own age to marry. Like get you go rest me age. Kalenke come put me in a street. So I go sleep surface net up there. Then the woman say, Mama, no can up here again. No. Kalenke in Bobo then the send around so they see you na the body and the old food they see you the commode and go damage them. We are not the kind of here. The commode.
Well, I want let justice prevail. Let government can of aid. Let it happen. If this man in the one to get that land, let government give the land to him. But if now we the youth then or we the community people in order to get this land, the end of the day, let government come with that justice so that we all will get peace and our community.
Let the democracy take them concerns to Michael Kalenke.
We do all the analysis from the expert, then licensed surveyors for analyze for determining who then own the land. So we don't go all through the rigors then the.
You and the people that would have forced me to occupy the land before.
Well, this all they may not trash and accord and take lawyer to the effect. If you want to know the detail, I don't ask because this is a matter we don't actually go through the court then do all findings.
Michael Kalenke say the talk with the go around say in order for make young man them born and kill them people also not to go.
Then they mobilize, then they go attack. Me say if they meet me one time, they say they go kill me.
With all this, what's the next step for Michael Kalenke and then people also? Whether democracy will continue for bringing an update on this issue. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nachang Nojalo, the report.
The program is still listening to now. Good morning, Saloon. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We want for apologize to Facebook viewers. Them say we get small technical problem with Facebook, but we did work now for solve that. The program Good Morning Salon they continue as we mentioned. It's a one power headline stories. Today they look at one technical report where the Salon Institute of Engineers puts together for circa 1 billion we collapse this BNT na Shell community as they highlight the reason for this collapse. What are some of the reasons then we go know inside the program? But before that, we want to welcome Gerard King from the regional coordinator West, acting deputy director, disaster management agency. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Yeah, good morning, listeners, and I'm happy to be here this morning.
Okay, National Disaster Management Agency, today we look at the technical report where the Salon Institute of Engineers puts together for SECA the collapse of 7-story building, which at the end of the day, the National Disaster Management Agency being confirmed says 16 people die out of this incident. We now work together for put this report together, but before we look at the report, let we look at a rundown of the entire operation and how it conclude.
Yeah, thank you very much. And of course, as we all know, and this month and September 16th, we all been know waiting happen na Freetown now, and the way it happened to say this na a national issue. And the 16th at around 11 o'clock in the morning, we get an alert from we toll-free line, the 1199, where we get a report say a 7-story building don't collapse na Shell New Road. So immediately we get for activate the rapid response team, and we reach na the ground, and we realize say this situation where we been get at and it been very serious. There and then we immediately activate also the search and rescue operations because of the magnitude of the buildings them wait for them. I mean 7-story building. And we'll be also get for coordinate with the partners them. As we all know, disaster management issue, and NDMA not going to handle everything by ourselves, and we know they work in isolation. We get for make sure say we reach out to we partners them, we get the equipment them we for use for make sure say we go ahead with the search and rescue operations. So we've been get for do that search and rescue operations then day, and at the end of the day we end up for spend like 8 days. Into the entire operations. We make sure we bring the police, the military, the regiment, the engineering regiment from the military, the gentle group of company, the Marapan Mines, the JP Logistics, the Red Cross, Sierra Leone Red Cross Society, the SLRSA, the SLRE, and the Freetown City Councils, and a host of other ministry departments and agencies were there. And all the efforts they will consolidate, all the effort there for make sure we get a successful even though there were a series of challenges, but we end up for complete the operations. And at the end of the day, we were able to account for 24 persons, and among them 24, then they will be get 16 fatalities we be end up for happen, and we also get 8 people who will be end up for survive. Among the 8, then they already 5 then they will be now discharged from the Okupa hospital. We still get 3 days where they now the emergency hospital where they respond to treatment.
Now, you get from where this incident happened, the National Disaster Management Agency, don't they give updates on the lives them? Also, the people will survive. According to the end of the operations, 24 people involved, 8 survive, 16 die.
Yeah.
But when I not give we analysis of property we lost now the 7-story building, what are the damage in terms of property and money?
Well, the damage is huge. We still try to get an account of the business people. Of course, we be not register up to 8 people we na business owners them we affected in that area. And of course, before the search and rescue operation completes, we been get a reason for make sure say we reach down to the depth of the building. Even though we them tell we say the 2 last floor now being like a warehouse. So, but notwithstanding, we don't recover all the people who have been did. But we still get reason for go down to the depth and for make sure say we salvage some of the goods that we've been did for the business owners, and let us be able to forget something out of the old what's it called. At the end of the day, we'll be able to forget loads of items them, build them, how they call it here, and spare parts. We'll be get spare parts them way the people will be able for can. We'll be able for recover money way now being something like 56 million. We'll be end up for hand over the honorable Bindede, the police them Bindede, the military them Bindede will hand over to the owner who been gets the money, because society the money been inside one bag, and the receipts them Bindede will be at this person in name. So you will not be asked for able for trace who that get the money. So we'll be able to make sure say the people who get the money, they hand over to them.
All right. When disaster can happen, on our agency, at times can provide some basic things for people. Now, business people and they part of this particular 7-story wherein most of the business system well, and as you mentioned on our record, anything they will wanna get to them people there.
So and we look at that, and we get for go now into the we post disaster stage. We will get forget something like the recovery process and all those things. So we don't get an assessment of the affected people. We get 22 people, and they win a household people that will be leave their families them. We will not really record, and we don't record, as I mentioned, we don't record 8 business owners them. So and we get for go day back. Just day before yesterday, I've been there even after we don't decommission the site. I've been get for go address the people as to how the operation end, and we think we'll get for be the next line. We don't promise them say we'll get for go back, and we engage with partners them, we engage with superiors them for see how best we will for reach out to them people in terms of support, because we all know at this stage they need support from both government and we other partners there. So we will get for go back and see how best that will be done.
Okay, different organizations them don't pull in report. For example, the engineers then don't pull in report from on a point. When I don't get anything, when I don't find out we cause the problem, we make that building the further.
For all we know, and yesterday we been get the interpillar coordination group meetings. That interpillar meeting, then a statutory meeting where they get once every month. Where they bring all the players them way related to disaster management in the country, both private and government ministry, departments and agency, and even development partners there. So we get the Institute of Engineers, the Mindede, the President Minde, and also we are aware say you don't share the reports with the Director General, and we look at that report today. But summarily, we get for brief way that one of the reasons we make that building collapse now as a result of poor building materials and also inadequate poor construction work. We get for dilate further until we say the concrete mix was very, very poor, and also they use the iron rods the way they use, not to be the proper iron rods the way they use. So in a summary, these were the key things that we bring up yesterday in the meeting.
We get representative from the Institute of Engineers. They can dilate on that more. But on the properties recover so far now the building, we say una don't give some people how true is it that una discover lots of tramadol now the building?
Well, that's not to we knowledge. Say then discover tramadol, because we've been there with the security, the police, the military, the right through the operations, and we also been get incident command center. We'll be there throughout the process. We did it every night, 24 hours. We'll be there. So it's a rumor for now, but like what you say, me now averse to that information. They say they may discover loads of tramadol.
The program now, Good Morning Saloni, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. If you just tune in, today we look at one technical report where the Institute of Engineers put together for Seka, the 7-story building we collapsed now the eastern part. Now, Freetown, this BNTM, we say 16 people lost their life and 8 damage. Well, for continue for look at the issues. One welcome the program engineer Badamasi Savage, chairman, Professional Engineers Regulations Council, with PRC. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me. Good morning, colleagues.
And we look at the technical reports we una put together for Seka the collapsed 7-story building at the east of Freetown. But as engineers, we look at the issue of building collapse and fence collapse with plenty this rain season. What do you want to make up of that as people were into construction?
Okay, thank you very much, Emma, for that beautiful question. You know, this year, to be honest, we have rainfall we not ever get for the last over 50 years. We are experiencing that all over the country, and it's an issue of climate change. It can be an issue of things that really happen up the rivers, maybe even from Guinea, they come down, you know, to Salon where they affect we. We never see this kind of rain. But however, you know, when we talk about engineering practice, you know, engineers, we are responsible to make sure that when we design things, we design them, you know, for safety and they should stand. We know how to design structures to make sure they withstand a lot of these issues, because we get what we call, you know, to put the factor of safety and all the rest of it inside. So then collapse, they are mainly from waiting with the see now substandard construction, substandard materials used in the construction work, particularly, well, to be specific, for this building we collapsed. By the way, me, a member of the Leone Institute of Engineers, yes, I was a past president as well, but now I'm chairman of the Professional Engineering Regulatory Council, Regulating Council. So therefore, we are the council where they regulate the practice of engineering in Sierra Leone. So we regulate the members of the Institution of Engineers as well. So me not been later on. So when I come, I just meet this collapse. I come one day before this collapse. You know, so I go there and with some engineers of the institution, and then we inspect and we put this report together. And one of the things we found out is really pathetic. This is a 7-story building. Okay? And when you design these buildings, they take load. When we design structures, they bring down the load of the building, you know, down to the foundation. And so you design the structure. Okay? And when you then load the area you take for design the structure will depend on what thing they use the building for. So if they use the building for residential purposes, the kind of load the way they apply for the design of the structure. If they use them for storage, the kind load the way they apply for design the structure. You they see some structure, then the motocar safe then at the slab. That's no problem. We can design all of that, but you have to make sure you design for that. We found out that this building was originally a residential building. Okay, yes, okay, get shop bottom.
But if you take 2 containers of liquid, it goes to on a suspended slab, which it was not designed for, you ask for trouble.
So now the findings then they look into now.
Now they tell you so. Briefly.
Okay.
So that's an issue. Okay. Coupled up with what I just referred to about the substandard building materials. If you design then slab then they and then column the way they take the slab and building, they put iron rod. You get concrete mix. We call mix design. They mix the concrete with sand, stone, and cement to a certain strength. Go to call concrete strength for withstand the load. You're not going to believe we found out that some of them concrete mix they are so sansan. No better aggregate. The stone wood is inside some of the concrete. Now ball stone, which we call, they are decomposed rock material. That's crazy, for suspended slab. All of these we found out. Then we found out the iron rod, some of the iron rod then where they use was substandard. They're not to the right size. The size of the columns they're wrong for 7-story building. With our experience, I can pass a look at building and see the size of the columns and build. I will tell you, say this something is not right here. Okay, this is our profession. So all of this we found out. That collapse was therefore a combination of all of these things. So coming back to your question about all the other wall, fence, and this, they are all related to that substandard design and construction. This is why we want to come now as the Professional Engineers Regulatory Council to make sure we regulate all of this practice, to make sure that only competent people will be employed or given the opportunity to design and supervise and take necessary oversight for this construction.
We can look at the report proper, but more than 20 people don't die for sake of building collapse and fence collapse just this year alone. Why now Institute of Engineers won't come inside?
Well, they're not inside. In fact, there are several other things. As I say, I'm not in detail. I was away for about 3 months or so. But they're not inside. In fact, we have a structure now we are looking at. With the Ministry of Lands, where we try for, we investigate, so we don't see the potential. I will not talk about it now because that's under investigation. So we don't inside a long time, but because of this, when we come now as the regulatory council chairman, I say no, we have to now make the public, aware of what is causing all of this, and let us do a report. Okay. So I quickly put this report together.
This 7-story building will collapse.
Yeah.
When I find out, say it gets any professional engineer, we do this work on a just common contractor.
Good question. None. From all our investigation, no engineer was involved there. None. In fact, if you go through our report, one of the recommendations we are putting there is for the Ministry of Lands and Government Authorities and our colleagues, the NDMA, is in the report, to make sure that we bring people in to find out all of this. We don't to police, but they have to invite people, find out who the owner is, who that get authority for building, why you build there, and who that's not the engineer, and we will let for coming. We are ready to cooperate. Let them bring out the plans, with them in draw for them. Let them bring out the design, who that design them, and all the rest of it. We want to see the design of the foundation set, because now water way that one day. Now big we call them gorge. That's a valley where water they run. So why you they build it? So questions need to be answered.
Okay. Continue for the with me inside the program in name na engineer Badamasi Savage in a chairman Professional Engineer Regulatory Council. As we therefore look at the report, we get for do this 7-story building way for them this BNTM. Inside the program this morning, we get to civil society. We done the work around different issues. Them one get for do with the collapse of this particular building. And inside the studios this morning, we get David Indolo Conte, the executive director, Rights to Life Advocacy Network. Good morning, David, and welcome to Radio Democracy.
Good morning, and good morning to the listeners, and thank you to Radio Democracy for having me this morning.
All right, one of the civil society then we don't monitor different issues them, and as an organization named Rights to Life Advocacy Network, what do you make up of this particular incident we happened recently? We get for with the 7-story building.
Well, that's a very big blunder to the government. Because if I can listen keenly waiting engineer already state. Before you get a building permit, in countries where we don't travel, go, and where we don't study the young area of construction, you forget an engineer, a professional engineer. Where in submission, before you even go for the building permit, you get engineer way for supervise. Because if you not get engineer, you not go even know the type of construction where you they do. So in the subsequent program at this radio station, I've been saying the Institute of Engineers, they really need for step up. And the government as well need for give them the enabling environment for operate. Reason being, we get engineers who are not registered with the Institute of Engineers. We're still there around there because when you go to other countries, you go find out, say, the different type of engineers. You know, you're not going to get one engineer from structural engineering, as quantity survey. All of those things need to be looked into. Now, we keep on to ask the government, because the engineer made measure of the strength of material, method of construction, and also the professional experience. Yeah? When you talk about the strength of material, that's an issue where the government, I make we say, there is a need for collaboration with the Ministry of Works, the Institute of Engineers, the Standard Bureau, the Ministry of Lands. We need a proper collaboration because they need to work as a team. Reason being, if you look at the materials coming in Sierra Leone, like the iron rod we are talking about, because that one day also, now in the building itself, when it comes to floating and all other things, the iron rod, if you go to the market today, you go see an iron rod where the guys then go sell, give you say, now 12 meter. Where you look at them, you check them as a professional, you will find out, say, now something like 11. So if you not get a better engineer, also for apply 2 of that one day, now 1 you go apply. So that one day also will lead to the collapse of building. If you look, the part talk about the aggregate, even the water where you they use, even with cement, when you talk about the calcium aluminate, yeah, I tell you, say, instead of 40 to 50%, a lesser than even 30%. Yeah? So we need to look into all that things when it comes to standards. Because there is no standard, the cement where we use is substandard, the iron rod where we use is substandard, even the measurement, because talking about even like where they talk about beams, you talk about the even make we put onto the lame people them, where they talk about the alpha column, the columns there as well. If they are not solid, because if you want to do a 5-story building or a 7-story building, you start from the foundation. But when you look at the building we collapse, so as Siam say, the government and the Ministry of Land need to take full responsibility of what's happened. Okay. Why they need to take responsibility? Because, like we discussed with one of them professional head, he said there was no building permit. Someone doing a 7-story building without a building permit, they will again they go ahead for make it construct them. I feel say by now, as for don't begin the role now the Ministry of Land, people for don't they receive sacking and imprisonment.
All right, now this building, according to which we have get another that place in a dirty box.
Yeah.
And if you look again, they will tell you say the person get proper documents. Is it in this case now the Ministry of Lands we supposed for blame?
I've been doing one of my sister program when I was Epic. The professional head, who is Tamba Dauda, stated that clearly, said that particular building not get a building permit. And if the building not get a building permit, a high story. And if you can, I think in the previous government, I'm not casting the blame on the previous government because government comes in and goes out. People demonstrated, they protest been done at that particular place from the community people. Said this particular place, now a dustbin, a dirty box. This building not supposed for there. Now a waterway, one thing about water, you know the block them. Yeah. Now the same thing don't go on where we can ask if we engineers them, then they really pay attention to even the hill side. When in don't give pressure to the Samba gutter, where before say when rain come, no way no day you can use down that street when a serious rain come. Because we need to look at the topography. The water where they come up from the hills, from Freetown, from all other places, they scatter. But now we don't. The engineers them will be construct that particular road. Waiting we then do, then connect all the water, lead them to Samba gutter. So Samba gutter not able to take that one day anymore. So it's high time the government itself, when it comes to building, they incorporate the Institute of Engineers fully.
Okay.
Give them all responsibility. You know, give them the enabling environment, because you know one thing when our problem at this country, where they give the cow but still hold the rope. It means if I hold the rope, now me control the cow. So the Institute of Engineers, they need to give them a free hand and make sure say they let there be a policy. If engineer not there under the Institute of Engineers, because now as he said, the Ministry of Work don't they do a better work. If you they go for a construction work, you get a license from the Institute of Engineers before they issue out a license. So we need more collaboration. Now, like for example, the Ministry of Work self gets a responsibility in this, because they get engineers. They're supposed for the monitor the day-to-day construction.
We look at that, and we will come back to you, because most times they see host and mark X, even the host way mark X around the disaster sites. According to information, people don't begin to use the backs even.
Yeah,
they don't. The shop they don't open back. Everything don't go to normal.
When we get.
Will they come to you back, okay. Indolo, Conte, Executive Director, Rights to Life Advocacy Network Salon. The program Good Morning Salon will continue to go for a short break.
It's a brand new song for our customers. We're the back with us all over the universe.
Save small and win big. UBA, they celebrate 75 years of better banking service. And na Salon, the bank done there for 15 years now. This na big celebration, and we want give back to we wonderful customer them. We don't make we business go find one for the past 75 years with the UBA Savings Legacy promo. Save small and get your own share on this 350,000 leones. 30 customer them go get the chance for win cash prize